Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Movement and Mobility. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. Woohoo! And my name is Henry Byer. I totally forgot what I was going to say. My name is Henry Byer, and with Strong for Life. Let me adjust this camera here a little bit. That's a little better, I think. Again, dealing with a few technical issues this morning, so that was a bit of the delay. And I got to tell you, I had like the craziest dream last night, right before I woke up. So I was kind of like disoriented when I woke up, and it took me a little bit to get myself sort of situated so I was ready to get up. But I won't give much of the setup, but anyways, we were in this garage and we were messing around with some equipment, and there was like a little mouse in there. So we tried to get the mouse out of it, and it fell on the ground, and we were like shooing it out of the garage. And as it went out of the garage, it just got bigger, started growing. And like this friend of mine was there, and he was sort of like kicking at it. I was like, don't kick at it because it's going to spray you. And as it got further outside the garage, it just got bigger and bigger. And then it had like this massive belly. We started to grow this massive belly. I was like, dude, it's going to spray you. And then it started spraying at him. And then this is the totally crazy part. And then it was just like started spraying like a fire, like first like a garden hose, like a nice, like when someone has, like when you were a kid and you had the garden hose and you put your thumb over the end of the hose and you could spray it like that. Started shooting it like that. And then the spray just got bigger and bigger. And I was like, we were like diving inside the garage to get away from it. But it would just like turn into like this fire hose of animal spray. Just like, it was totally, and it turned into like, it was like a thunderstorm, a massive torrential rainstorm of this animal spray. It was totally weird. And then after that, it shifted into something else. And everybody was like, can you believe that? That was insane. Anyway, that was my dream that I woke up to. So I want to say thanks to you replay viewers too for catching this later on. And I'm going to tilt this camera up just a little bit. There we go. And thanks Facebook and YouTuber lives for catching this, and the replay viewers. And then Instagram, thank you for catching this as well. And you replay viewers if you catch it at another time. So we have an hour today. And, I haven't planned anything out. We do our regular routine, and then on an hour when we just do more stuff. So let's get into it with a 2-minute standing like a tree. Again, standing like a tree is a Qigong meditation, usually done for longer than this, but I just like it as the intro into the class. So you stand with your feet about hip widths apart, toes pointing straight ahead. So many of these exercises, it's very important to be having your toes, or to have your toes pointing straight ahead. Knees gently bent. Your glute muscles, your butt muscles tense just a little bit to level out your pelvis, and to protect your lower back and keep you in a neutral spine. And then your hands will be out in front like so, just about belly button high. They can be lower, but for the 2 minutes, it should be fun to have them about belly button high. It's like you're carrying something in your arms, something light in your arms, like a beach ball. The other thing you want to imagine is that your spine is getting stretched. Your spine is getting stretched like in a tug of war from the top of your head to the bottom of your tailbone. It's getting pulled apart. It's just standing tall, right? And then eyes straight ahead, soft gaze, not focused on anything in particular. And that is the position. And then we just stand, and then you breathe through your nose, low and slow breaths, and just Keep doing that for the 2 minutes. Low and slow breaths. Here we go. Shoulders down. Just letting yourself relax. If you notice any tweaky spots, any stiffness, just acknowledge it. You don't have to do anything about it. Feel the weight sink through your legs down into your feet, almost like you're growing roots. Your legs feeling heavy. Any thoughts that come across your mind, just let them drift through the sky of your blue mind like clouds in the sky. No need to pay attention to them. They'll come and go as they please. Easy breathing. Okay, good. Now take your hands and put the back of your hands in the small of your back, and while maintaining basically even weight on your feet, just rock back and forth a few times. You can already feel, or I can feel, and maybe you felt it too, even in 2 minutes, how sort of your legs just seem to get heavier and more, almost like sunk into the ground is sort of what it was feeling like for me. Then go side to side. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. You can just mimic what I'm doing too, and then do hip circles. And so you can probably imagine, if you experience that sensation, and you can probably imagine how, now go the other way, how if you were standing here for 5, 10, 15, 20, even 30 minutes, up to an hour, sometimes people will do this Qigong standing meditation. Okay, that's good. How sort of dense your legs are going to be in this little exercise of hip swinging and hip swaying and hip movements is to help wake up the legs. Okay, awesome. Shake that out. I always like to shake out, and you just shake out. There's a I have a video called Fast and Loose. It's by Pavel, someone I talk about a lot, and shaking the muscles is a very powerful way to help them recover from stuff. So I always like to shake out. All right, so we're gonna do hands. Saturday's a good day to sort of get deeper into these things, and some of these exercises, like the hands, I don't necessarily do during the week. So the hand one is you're trying to spread your fingers as wide as possible and then close them down. So much of what we do with our hands is grasping. So it's good to every day open them up and open them wide like that. Not only is it good for the finger joints and stuff like that, but it's good for your like extensor muscles in your arm as well to get that type of work, because we're so used to grasping things with our hands. Steering wheels, coffee mugs, utensils, even like computing is like a grasping thing. Writing, everything is grasping, and so little of it is opening the hands. So for joint health in the hands, just for good, healthy living, you got to do this every day at some point. And it's an easy thing to do. You're sitting at your desk and you're just like thinking about that next big presentation that you're going to do, and you go, wah, wah, wah. You do your hands like that, right? Okay. So now, wrists, palms together, interlace your fingers, and move your wrists around. Healthy wrists are important. Go one direction and then go the other directions with palms clasped together. Okay? So I don't know. We have like 55 minutes. We might be able to go a little longer today. I don't think my son will be coming down to use his computer. My computer is dying. Oh, it's terrible. Actually, it's a good thing. It's a 2010. It was my mom's. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to separate your palms and you're going to do the same thing and do finger, just do circles in one direction. But the hard drive is going in this computer, keeps turning off. Hopefully, it will stay on for this whole thing. I don't want to jinx myself, and maybe I shouldn't have brought that up. But I am getting a new computer, well, new to me computer, but it will be a vast improvement to what I got going on right now. And getting it from a friend of mine or the brother of a high school classmate of mine, and we've known each other for a long time. Okay, that's good there. Anyways, I'm getting a new one, but my son, he can't play his video game on here. He likes Minecraft. Can't play that anymore. So very quickly, we are going to do elbows, just a quick elbow one, just so it's just somewhat of an isolation. This is putting on sunglasses. So we're moving towards, from extremities towards the shoulders here. Just quickly like that. Shake that out. And now we're going to do shoulder rolls, going back. Shoulder roll and going back. I was told by a Qigong instructor that shoulder rolls are one of the Qigong exercises that you do. Not surprisingly. Now go forward. Here we go. Yeah. You know, I was looking into getting a mirrorless camera to do these live streamings with. And so I got in touch with this friend of mine's because he's a computer whiz. And now we're doing alternating going backwards. Oh, well, the first thing that I found out is like, okay, if I get a streaming camera, mirrorless camera, is my computer going to work with it? And I found out that I don't have any of the internal stuff, all the important stuff. I don't have the up-to-dateness that I need. Okay, going forward like this. Good. Now a few across the chest, like so. Good. All right. Now we're going to do tucking your arm in through like so. So you have your palm up, and then you bring it in, and then turn it over, turn your arm over, and palm up again. So as I was saying, okay, so I was like, all right, I need to find out, talk to, and then I was like, oh, I got to look. So I started looking at computers online, and I was like, all right, I got to talk to this friend of mine and really get the gist. So after a conversation with him, he's like, well, he just happened, he's a big Apple guy, and he wants to upgrade to the newest and latest Apple coming out with this new chip, M1 chip. So he's like, I got this 27-inch computer that is loaded. It's basically a loaded computer, and he'll give it to me for a song. And I was like, all right, great, I'll take it. And then, like, as soon as we had that conversation, this computer, it had been doing weird things, but everything that had been doing weird just sort of intensified after we had that conversation. It's going to take him a couple of weeks to send it to me because he's not at home at the moment. And the last one we're going to do is, sorry, I'm chatting a lot today, is walk like an Egyptian like this. So the long and the short of it is, this computer just is, the hard drive is going on it. So it just like will turn off in the middle of something. I just like cleaned up the whole thing, took everything that was on the desktop off of it, saved everything to hard drive, and hopefully it'll just function. One thing at a time on the computer at this point in time. But my son, he can't use, the whole point of this is that my son likes to come in at 7:30 and start playing his video games. And I don't think he's going to be doing that today. So we got about 45 minutes left. 40 to 45 minutes left. Okay. So we've done all of that. And I think I'm feeling pretty up today. So we're going to go straight to feeling physically pretty good today. I think I had a pretty decent sleep other than that crazy dream. So we're going to do arm swings. So again, here, feet about hip widths apart, arms, toes pointed straight ahead. Again, very important. This toes pointing straight ahead is a very important thing. I'm serious about that. And I say it like it's a joke, but it's not. It's important. Toes pointing straight ahead. That's biomechanically how we're supposed to do it. And then we do arm swings. And these are just nice and easy arm swings like this. Okay. And we're going to do about 5 of them. And then we do a double. That was a triple, but double 1, 2 knee bend. Okay. So just join in when you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double knee bend. 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 Awesome. So now that was about 25. So now we do, excuse me. The morning is really bad for me. I always have had sinus issues. Excuse me. And the morning is really bad for me. Clearing out of my head. All right. So wet noodle arm swings. So we're just twisting at the hips here. Twisting at the hips. Eyes stay straight ahead. So find a point on the wall or window or whatever that's in front of you that you can look at. Stay straight ahead. Your arms super relaxed. Wet noodles. The only thing that's happening here is that the front arm is coming up and tapping you up on the shoulder, near the collarbone, and the rear hand is swinging low and hitting you near where your kidneys are in your lower back. Your heels, as you get more momentum and greater swing out of this, your heels should come up. So when you spin to the left, your right heel should come up a little bit. When you spin to the right, your left heel should come up a little bit, and that helps protect your knees. So again, these are supposed to be doing 25 of these, but I do not do that. Very good. All right, shake that out. Straighten this up. I think on Friday nights, we have pizza. Sometimes I drink beer, and the combination of beer and pizza, I think I just have a little bit of a reaction to the sort of wheat products that are in those things. I don't generally have that, but I don't know if I had combined them or something like that. I always tend to get a little bit more stuffy. Maybe I shouldn't do it, but it's so good to have homemade pizza and drink a little beer while you're doing it. That's nice. So it can put up with a stuffy nose for a little bit. Okay, so now second round of arm swings. Again, feet hip widths apart, toes straight ahead. And this one is a little different. So the arms go back. One, they come up here. Two, into this 90-degree thing where your hands are just above eye level. And then you come up on your toes. You extend through your ankles, knees, and hips. And then through, and then through your shoulders, elbows, and hands. And you're kind of do like this basketball shot, except your hands stay level with your eyes. You're not going up. They're just going out like this. So it looks like this. You're really extending through those. And when you drop down, you're dropping down into a slightly bent knee position. This is almost exactly like the standing like a tree position you're dropping into, and then extending up, just coordinating all of this movement together through the whole body. So we do about 25 of those, a little bit wider stance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, 26 in there. Okay, wet noodle arm swings yet again. Just find a stance that works nicely for you. But remember, toes straight ahead. Wet noodles. It's a little windy here this morning. I don't know what the day is supposed to be like. You know, spring, well, we live at 8,000 feet. So spring, it's like more cold days than warm days, right? And fall is more cold days, warm days than cold days. So I like fall. I like the fall just so much better because of that. Like when it gets to spring, I just want the days to be warm, and it's always ends up being more cold days than warm days. So you never know, like the sun is shining and you're like, it could be a really warm day today, but it could also be a cold day. I want it to be a warm day because my mountain bike is ready to go. Gonna go for a mountain bike ride today with my boy. All right, so that was good there. Now, just a few side bends because we're going to be working the spine a little bit here in a second. And this is the one direction that the sun salutation doesn't really get. We got the spine does this, and it does this, and it does this and this, right? And we get everything except for the side to side. So I like to throw that in there. So I'm going to do sun salutation. Actually, you know what? I have a heart rate monitor on right now, and I don't need it on. I do a heart rate variability test in the morning. It's good to do it first thing in the morning. And I use, there's different ways to do it, but the way that I can do it, I have to put on my heart rate monitor. So it's just when you're not using it, it's kind of uncomfortable. So it's not, if it's not I'm not using it, I don't need to have it on. Okay, sun salutation. So I will demonstrate for you. You can join in whenever you want, but I'll walk you through. It's a left and right side type of exercise. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, we need to do our breathing exercise first. So feet hip widths apart, or actually no, fist width between your feet. Like you can just squeeze your fist down through there. Then we're just going to fold at the waist, all the way through the spine. Breathe in through the nose. And then stand up, open your arms, lean back, and breathe through your mouth. So in through your nose as you bend over, just letting each of your vertebrae bend. Then stand up and breathe out through your mouth. In through the nose, out through the 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 mouth. One more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Actually, we're going to do one more. Because that last one felt pretty good. Out through the mouth. Okay, excellent. What is going on here? Hopefully, I don't know. I just took that. These are things that all this stuff connects, and I take off the heart rate monitor, and it sends me a sign on my phone that I took it off, and I don't know if it interrupted the live broadcast on Instagram, but so many of these things is hard to know, and these things are smarter than we are, right? At least smarter than I am. Let's just put it that way. Okay, now we're moving into sun salutation. So sun salutation is just a series of movements, left and right side we do, and we do 6 reps, 3 left, 3 right. And I will start on the left side. You join in straight away. If you want to watch one, go ahead. Whatever you like to do. So you feet together. So toes pointed straight ahead. In a prayer position like this. Arms go, just gently swing your arms back. Then up overhead. Breathe in through your nose. Bend over, breathe out. Step back with your right foot. Lift your chest like this. In through the nose. Step back with your left foot. Push back into what's called downward dog. Exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes and lift your chest. Breathe in through your nose here. Then push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your left foot. Lift your chest. Inhale. Step forward with your right foot. Exhale and stand up. So that is 1 rep. Every time you're opening your chest, you're breathing in through your nose. And every time you're folding over, you're going into the folding position like that, you're breathing out. Do your best to breathe in and out through your nose. Okay, so now we're doing right side. So breathe in through your nose, then bend over, step back with your left foot, lift your chest. Breathe in through your nose, push back into downward dog. Exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. It's like cobra pose. Keep your shoulders down. Breathe in through your nose. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your right foot. Lift your chest. Step forward with your left foot. Exhale. Stand up. 2 reps. 4 more. Breathe in as you lean back. Exhale as you fold over. Step back with your right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step back with your left foot. Exhale. Into downward dog. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Left foot forward. Chest up. Inhale. Right foot forward. Chest up. Or exhale, then stand up and inhale. Reset. Right side. Inhale. Reach down, touch your toes. Exhale. Step back with your left foot, or actually, right foot. I think that was. Step back with your left foot. Exhale. Come onto your stomach. Inhale as you lift your chest. Push back into downward dog. Step forward with your right foot, chest up. Inhale. Come forward with your left foot. Exhale. Stand up. So it can be easy to lose count, especially when you're doing a lot of these. We only do 6, but the idea is you build these up over time until you're doing your age number. So if you're doing like 50 of these, you can like totally lose count. All right, left side. Breathe in, bend over, reach your toes, breathe out, step back, right foot. Chest up, breathe in. Push back into downward dog, exhale. Come forward onto your stomach, point your toes, lift your chest, inhale. Push back into downward dog, exhale. Step forward with your left foot, chest up. Inhale, step forward with your right foot. Exhale, then stand up and readjust. Last rep here. Inhale as you lean back, then as you come forward. Exhale, step back. Lift your chest. Inhale. Step back into downward dog with your exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Keep your shoulders down. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your right foot. Lift your chest. Inhale. Step forward with your left foot. Exhale. Stand up. Awesome. Next exercise. So it's getting warm in here. So I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. I'm getting warm. I don't know if it's getting warmer in here, but I am getting warm. So I'm taking off my sweatshirt. Today I don't have my uniform on. I don't have my Strong for Life shirt on. I'll show you my shirt. It's a older VW van. We have like a 1990 Vanagon. I got to tell you, these things are awesome for going camping and doing stuff like that, which we love to do. So I have on my Vanagon. This is from actually Bandelier National Monument. I didn't go. My son and wife went there and they got me this shirt. All right. So Hindu push-ups is our next exercise. You start, I will demonstrate. Let me give you just a little bit of an angle here. I will demonstrate. So you start in downward dog position, hips up. This is our most difficult version that we do currently. So hips up, we dip down and come into upward dog like this. So again, upward dog like that. That's the rep. If that is too difficult, you can come forward into a push-up position, down, and then into downward dog like that. Then push back into or upward dog it is, then push down to downward dog. I'm always confusing upward and downward dog when I'm talking this way. So they come into a push-up, down, and into upward dog, and then back into downward dog. If you need a little bit easier version, you can drop down onto your knees first, and then down onto your stomach, and then push up into upward dog, like so. Push back there into downward dog, onto your knees, onto your stomach, into upward dog, like so. So pick the version you want to do, and let's begin. 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, back in the downward dog. And then with straight knees, as best you can, walk your hands or your feet as close to your hands as you can get them. And then hold it for a second and then bend your knees and stand up. The sun is getting a lot brighter. I have to close this shade. Okay. That's a little better. Still getting a little bit of light down here. I can't close it all the way because there's a picture frame on there that says, "Keep calm and carry on." From my mom. She's British. That was a World War II thing. Keep calm and carry on. Okay, next thing is Hindu push-ups. Moving on. So, not Hindu squats. That was Hindu push-ups. Now we're doing Hindu squats. So you're going to start with I'll demonstrate. I'll show you 2 versions, the unassisted, and then the assisted version. Unassisted is hip widths apart. You're dropping down into this squat position. You're up on your toes. Your thighs are parallel to the ground. Your calf and the back of your thighs are smashed into one another. Chest is upright. We're not in a chest forward position here. Chest upright, looking straight ahead, like you had a headlight on your chest, wants to be pointing straight ahead. The arms are behind you, like they swing down behind you like this. And then you stand up and they come up. So it's just this rhythmic pumping action like this, right? Excuse me. So we're going to grab a chair for assistance. For those of you who would like assistance for whatever reason, never done these before, concerned about your balance, totally okay. So use a chair, hands go on the back of the chair. You can use a table. You can use a broomstick. I have this is my PVC pipe, but it works just the same as a broomstick. You can hold it with both hands like that. Whatever you got. Edge of a bookshelf, doesn't matter. So you stand about arms width away, feet hip widths apart, toes pointed out. This is one of the exercises where you will point your toes out. I mean, you can do this with your toes pointed forwards if you like, but I think it's just a little bit more comfortable to do it toes pointed out. Just a little bit. And then you just drop down into your squat and you use the chair as assistance for balance, and you can tug on it for standing up. Okay? So we'll put this back here. We are going to do 12 of these. Double the amount of the sun salutation Hindu squat and the exercise after this, the thoracic bridge. Okay, so let's begin. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Since I do these live broadcasts every day, I try to stay in the 6 to 10 range with these exercises, because there's people who have never done them before who come on, or who do them on the replay. But you're supposed to, if this month is, you're doing 6 reps of the 3 main exercises and 12 reps of the Hindu squats. The next month you would add more. You might go to 10 or 12, and you do 12 and 24. And you keep adding them up until you're doing your age. That is the ideal goal. It would take about half a year to get to your age, depending on how old you are. For me, that would take that long. All right, so the next exercise is the thoracic bridge. And here you sit down, feet flat on the ground, knees bent. You're supporting your weight with your arms stretched behind you. Your fingers are pointing towards the wall, and your weight is pushing into your palms here. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your hips and really squeeze your glutes and come into this tabletop position. Your head just will hang down. Now, that position puts a lot of stress or strain on the shoulders and the inside of the arms and things like that. So if you're not used to that, which if you haven't done this before is totally normal, then you can just sit here, scoot your butt out a little bit, and just sit in this position so that your arms get accustomed to that sort of stretched position. This is a great thing to do while you're watching TV, just to get used to that. And you just keep building it up until you're used to that stretch, and then you can start doing the actual thoracic bridge. So we do 6 of these. 1. The key here is to really squeeze your glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, awesome. We did that group of exercises. That was the sort of sun salutation. It's actually called the Great Gamma Protocol. I got it from a guy named Pavel Masick. You can find him on Instagram. I think on YouTube, Simplex Strong, and maybe the same thing on Facebook, Simplex Strong. He might, I'm not sure. I don't really look at him on Facebook, so I can't be sure. But anyways, this is a course, the Great Gamma Protocol. I learned this from him. And, you know, as with so many things in the fitness world, there's like no new stuff. It just comes from the ancient world. But I like to give credit to the people who I come across this stuff from, because I'm just, because they're getting it from somebody and I'm finding it from them. And it's just, I think it's just important to acknowledge the people who we gather, who we like, and who we gather our inspiration from, and the stuff that we like. So that was the Great Gamma Protocol. Now we're going to do the world's greatest stretch. And this comes from another guy, Dr. Aaron Horsage, Squat University. So it's similar to what we were doing, but I like this one a lot. It just includes some other stuff. So stand in sort of this extended lunge position. Then you drop down into your knee, and you're going to get a stretch here across the front of your hip. Now, if you need something for balance, like a chair or a stool or whatever, you can do that. You can even go down onto your knee here. Ideally, you want to be up off your knee. And then you got to step back, need a little bit more room. So there, you're just getting a nice stretch here. Then you drop I'm on my left knee is forward. So I drop my left shoulder inside my left knee. Just come down here. It just extends the stretch some more. And then from here, I open up to the side like this, like that. Now that is the world's greatest stretch, combining those 3 things. But then I saw on YouTube a guy doing basically the same thing, but also opening up this way. Actually, he wasn't doing the same thing. He was doing this lunge, but he was opening up this way. So I'm like, I'll add that. So here, it's now the world's greatest stretch. And then step forward and stand up, because of that minor addition, combining those 2 things, right? So step back, drop down into this lunge, keep your upper body up. If you have to, you can go onto that knee, but really, and then when you come down here, as you push your hips forward, you really feel the stretch here. Then drop down inside like that, and then open up, getting some thoracic mobility here, and then open up to the other side like that. Let's do that again. Okay. So now I'm going to step back with my right foot, because I'm doing left foot forward here. Come down into this lunge. Good. Elbow inside like this. Open up. And then open up the other way. Awesome. Step forward. Then step back with the left foot. Come down into this Lungy position first, and then arm inside, or shoulder inside the knee. Open up. Good. Open up the other way. Good. Awesome. Great. So we're going to do a couple dynamic stretches here. So that's now the world's greatest stretch, because of that little addition, that combination of stuff. Actually, you could do this as a walking lunge. And this comes from another guy, Mark Verstegen, Core Performance. Walking lunge. So you kind of do this, and then you keep going like that. Go 5, so you do 5 each side, but you just combine the whole thing. You combine the whole movement. You do it outside, find a nice field, grassy area. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to do some dynamic stretching. I'm going to grab a chair here for this. And so just easy leg swings here. And as depending on your level of flexibility, you may only be doing this. And you might just want to start with this. And then as you feel some warming up, your leg gets higher and higher, right? You do 10 to 12 of these on each leg. And I don't know how many I've done so far. And then switch legs. Other side. So when I start, make sure that your toes are pointing forward. Just start. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So you're doing 10 to 12 of these, and you want to do multiple sets. We might only do one set of each one of these. So then the next one but you want to work up to about 40 of these, okay? So 40 to 7. And then just side to side like this with your leg. Good. Other side. Again, make sure that your toes pointing. You could do this on a wall as well. Toes pointed straight ahead, and you're just swinging your leg back and forth like that. Good. Let's do another set of each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Shake that out and just leave the chair there and do this again like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,